they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle window.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. Okay, so with that all being said, I was having technical difficulties, right as you all could see, because I think the screen probably went black for a few seconds. Okay, so anyway, it looks like we have everything all worked out. All right, so let's get ready to get into it. But first, let's see who's in here. All right, we have Deronda, Juju B, it's in the house, Roslyn. All right, let's get into it. Hadassah. Okay. Claudette is in the house. All right. Reggie is here. All right. We the people. Okay. Shout out to all my loyal royals. I see you perplexed. LeVar is in the house. Timothy. All right. Let's get into it. Shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. And a big shout out to my moderators because y'all know they be putting in work. So before we get into it, let's have a brief word from our sponsor at 12 Tribes. Don't forget to like and share. Your cooperation is gratefully appreciated.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, let me straighten that up a little bit. Okay, now let's get ready to get into it. I got to get myself situated, honey. All right. So shout out to everybody. Y'all, they're talking about cancel Christmas. All right. Isn't that what I told you all? I've been telling y'all that for years. So finally, it looks like the people are saying the same thing because everybody's upset about the economy and the food stamps, Section 8, and all of the other things. And these ICE raids. Everyone is just upset with everything Trump is basically doing. Okay. And so we're going to talk about it. First things first, let's go to this report where they talk about. Now, let me ask you all something. I know on the last broadcast, I was telling you guys how the Democrats said they were planning on suing about the Trump administration cutting off the food stamps. But did I actually talk about that? Did I actually get into it? Because I don't remember. I was telling y'all so many receipts. I can't remember. So anyway, it doesn't really matter, I guess, at this point, because we're about to go to a report, okay, where they say panic is setting in, honey, across this whole country because people aren't having their food stamps, and this government shutdown is dragging us all to hell in a handbasket. Okay, and some of these MAGA people are very upset with their own decisions. All right, so let's get into it. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Here we go.
Country as programs that keep nearly 42 million Americans fed are set to lose funding in just 4 days.
I'm only down to one pack of chicken, and I don't even know what I'm going to do for the next month. My son won't have his milk, and we won't have food. I'll go without eating it or anything as long as my kids eat.
SNAP isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Everything comes from my SNAP benefits. I haven't even gotten to the 1st of November, and I'm already shaking in my boots.
Benefits will fall victim to the government shutdown on Saturday. And while some states are using emergency funding as a stopgap, it won't be enough if the shutdown drags on. One of those states, Minnesota, where nearly 8% of the population depends on food stamps, including children, seniors, and people with disabilities. And we just learned minutes ago that more than 24 states have now sued the Trump administration in a last-ditch effort to maintain SNAP funding. Joining us now is Democratic Congresswoman from Minnesota, Angie Craig, ranking member of the Agriculture Committee, which oversees SNAP. I'm always happy to have you as a guest, but particularly now, given this lawsuit that was just filed, what can you tell us about it?
Well, I'm very proud of my Attorney General, Keith Ellison, in Minnesota. He's among 22 other states who filed an action against the Trump administration today. Candidly, I said last week, we need to sue their asses. This is illegal what they're doing. We have appropriated money. It's over $5 billion into a contingency fund that until last week on the USDA website itself, it said that this money could be used during a government shutdown. And we know they also have the authority to also move other money around and pay November SNAP benefits. The bottom line, Chris, the administration is choosing not to pay 440,000 Minnesotans their SNAP benefits in November. They're choosing not to pay 16 million children who have access to SNAP benefits. They are choosing to do this. It's illegal, it's immoral, and it's probably one of the most cruel things we've seen out of this administration so far.
Well, let me talk about the other side of this. The Agriculture Department has a new message on its website blaming Democrats for this upcoming lapse. And so Speaker Mike Johnson, who also defends the Agriculture Department's refusal to step in and use contingency funds to help, said this.
We want to fund SNAP, but they did the legal research and they could not find a 1930s era statute to bootstrap that one. The contingency fund was approved by Congress. And when the Democrats voted against the CR, they voted against the ability of us to use that money. And so 42 million people are going to suffer because they're playing political games.
So I just want to.
Okay, now, as you all remember, hey, Queen Candy, Life Queen Candy J, listen, if you didn't see the previous broadcast, if you missed it, okay, I played the video where Trump himself admitted that they're the ones, him and the Republicans, they're the ones that want to get rid of food stamps and SNAP. Okay, they can sit there and try to blame it on the Democrats all they want at the end of the day. And yes, I said Democrats because they're all nefarious. But Let it be known, Trump is the one who said that they're cutting Democratic programs that the Democrats put into place that they don't like, they disagree with. They're getting rid of them. They've been wanting to cut them. He said now they're cutting them, and some of them will never be brought back. Some of them will never be brought back. That's what your president said. So they can sit there and act as though it's the Democrats playing political games, but the only one playing games is Trump and his entire corrupt administration. Okay, but I blame the Democrats too because they're not doing a damn thing about it. They're just sitting there talking lip service. Okay, when's somebody going to really put some action into it behind their words?
Repeat that and get your reaction. He says when you, the Democrats, voted against the CR, the continuing resolution, you voted against the ability to use that money. What do you say to that?
I say if his mouth is moving these days, he's lying. There has never been a lapse in appropriations for SNAP in any other government shutdown. This isn't new territory for this administration. They know. Secretary Brooke Rollins, her own website up until Friday night spelled this out clearly, that contingency fund can be used to fund SNAP benefits in November. It wouldn't be enough to fund the entirety of the benefits, but she also has the authority to move money around to make November benefits whole. So anyone who says the administration can't do this is just lying through their teeth.
And let me tell you something. Here's how you further know that they're full of BS and they're lying. Because Trump, the entire 8 months he's been in office, has been doing a myriad of things that he's not supposed to be doing. He's not supposed to be sending military troops to these people's cities, specifically when the governor doesn't want or say that it's not needed. Okay, he's not supposed to have ICE agents just harassing people, racially profiling people, being masked up, not identifying themselves. He's not supposed to be doing any of that. He's not supposed to be accepting all these gifts, which to me are bribes. Okay, he's not supposed to be doing any of these things. Okay, gifted private jets, golden golf balls. All right, he's done a myriad of things, putting out charges, bogus charges on Letitia James and other political enemies of his, James Comey. Okay, at the end of the day, he's not supposed to do any of these things, but yet he does them. But now, when it comes to his own country being in peril and people possibly starving and their holidays being ruined, now you're going to tell me the Republicans and Trump's administration can't do anything? This is what they can do? Well, they do whatever the hell they want. Okay, this is the same man, mind you, that bombed or had airstrikes, okay, bombing 10 boats. 43 people dead. He said he didn't need congressional approval because he does what he wants to do. Didn't he one time say that he's the president, he can do whatever he wants? But now you can't do that? Well, he's not doing it because he doesn't want to. He wants people to starve. He wants you to be broke. He wants you to be in despair. You see, that is his assignment. I've been telling you this for weeks. This is what the powers that shouldn't be have put him in order to do. This isn't just Trump. He is a puppet. The puppet masters pulling the strings are allowing him to do all of these nefarious things. Okay, so don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Why do you think no one's doing anything about it? Everybody's just talking. Okay? He's doing whatever he wants, period. Now, all of a sudden, you can't do this. Okay, now all of a sudden, he can't appropriate funds. He can't say, oh, well, use the contingency funds for this. He's done whatever the hell he wanted with everything else. Okay, make it make sense.
Which, frankly, I've just become accustomed to during this shutdown. And look, where's Donald Trump? He needs to come back to the United States and get this government open. He's literally in Japan today telling people to buy foreign cars. This is insane. First, he wants us to buy Argentine beef, and this week he wants us to buy foreign cars. What happened to putting America first in this administration?
I also want to ask you about something another member of the administration said, Congresswoman. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was confronted over the hardships that farmers are facing due to the trade war, President Trump's trade war. I want to play that exchange.
China has been boycotting American soybeans, and American farmers have really suffered. Do you see a real light at the end of the tunnel there? They may allow soybeans again?
Well, Martha, in case you don't know it, I'm actually a soybean farmer, so I have felt this pain too.
According to The Hill Online, Besson's latest public financial disclosure shows he owns corn and soybean farmland in North Dakota worth between $5 and $25 million. Forbes puts his net worth at $600 million. Do you believe the administration is in touch with how farmers are being impacted?
Well, I don't think the secretary's been on a combine, and I know that all over Minnesota, we've been combining corn over the last couple of weeks, and we're almost done with it. Look, this administration is so out of touch with America's family farmers. You know, they've slapped America's farmers in the face for the last several weeks as they chose to bail out Argentina, this across-the-board trade war with China. In Minnesota alone has cost us $2 billion in soybean grower business. So that guy's never been on a combine. And it's just, again, once again, this administration is putting America last, and they need to get Trump home. None of this is going to stop until he gets back, calls Republicans back from their more than month-long vacation now, and gets back to the negotiating table.
Okay, so like I said, these people are all full of it. The Democrats and the Republicans, both of these parties are so shady at the end of the day, and we all should know that. Now, mind you, there are some good politicians. I'm not saying all of them, but many of these Democrats are absolutely down with the BS Trump's doing, and they're just as racist as he is. And I've been telling you all for years that the difference between the Democrats when they're racist, their racism, and the Republicans' racism is the Republicans say it right there. They put it right there in your face. Okay, the Democrats, they say and do things behind our backs. Okay, this is what they do. Okay, I've been telling y'all that for years. Okay, at the end of the day, just different sides of the same coin, period. Now, yes, everything is really bad in the United States. It is real shoddy. And people are talking about why should they be spending money for Christmas, when they're starving, when things are not going the way they want. Well, I'm so glad. Is this what it takes for people to wake the hell up? Because I told you all this since Thanksgiving Day. I know y'all get tired of me saying it, but I have to remind you all because I predicted all of this 5 years ago. I told you all Thanksgiving Day of 2020. The video was titled Gloom and Famine Loom While We Celebrate Nonsense. Do you all remember that video? And I told you all what was coming. Okay, food shortages and all of this, the economy's going to be crashed, and it's just going to be all bad. Everybody's going to be looking crazy. People are going to be trying to rob from other people, breaking in stores, doing all of this stuff. And now, this is exactly what they're saying. This is exactly what they're now saying they're going to do. I told you all. They won't just be breaking in stores, they'll break in your houses too. If it gets bad enough and they can't get what they want. Okay? So anyway, with that all been said, those of you who have been listening for the last heard, okay, you should not be shocked that any of this is happening. You should already have been prepared. And here's the thing, someone said, I don't remember who it was, but someone said in the comments, and I put it on the screen, they said, stop being so dependent. People shouldn't be so dependent. Well, that's exactly the truth. I told you all that. All of these people who've been on Section 8 and food stamps for 10 and 15 years and all of that, like the woman that said she's been on Section 8 and food stamps for 13 years, that's just really excessive. And when you do that, you allow the government to control your life and your narrative. As soon as they take away what they've been giving you, now what do? Now you're in a frenzy and you don't know where you're going to get your next meal. You don't know what you're going to do. You didn't prepare for a rainy day because you were so busy waiting on that handout that you became complicit with. Now, I'm not saying everybody who gets food stamp in Section 8, think that way, but many people do. Those who've been on the system, using the system to pay their bills for years. Now, unless you're disabled or you're an elder or a child, there's no excuse. You should have known better. You should have known that one day this could all come to an end. Nothing lasts forever. But some of y'all don't know that, but you're about to find out. Okay, you're about to find out. And I'm not poking fun because this is not funny. This is not a laughing matter. It's really sad. But the saddest part of it isn't just the fact that they're cutting off people's food stamps. It's the fact that people are so shocked and appalled. Like they literally can't believe it's happening. Like they never thought they'd see the day. And that day is here. And what you all need to do is start expecting the unexpected. You see, that's what I do. So I'm never disappointed. You see, I hope for the best, but expect the worst, especially when it comes to Trump and his administration. That's what you have to do. But with that all being said, now, as I told you, Mayor Brandon Johnson has gone viral because he has been saying that they absolutely need to have a general strike. Let's talk about that. Mayor Brandon Johnson's call for a general strike went viral, but could it really happen, actually? Well, I hope it does. But y'all, people are not going to do this because they're going to be too scared of getting fired. Okay, because basically a general strike is when you call for people to not go to work. Okay, and be like, forget it. Let them see what they're going to do without us. Okay, that's how you get stuff done. You stop production. Okay, you cut into their revenue. You hit them where it hurts. City officials are exploring how they can support a nationwide general strike after Mayor Brandon Johnson became one of the most prominent elected officials in modern American history to call for workers to throw down their tools. He said, if my ancestors as slaves could lead the greatest general strike in the history of this country, taking it to the ultra rich and big corporations, we can do it too, he said. Now, and he actually said this October the 18th at the No Kings March when he was downtown in Chicago. Johnson was alluding to the mass exodus of enslaved persons from southern plantations that crippled the Confederate economy during the Civil War, an action that scholar W.E.B. Du Bois called a general strike. Such a strike is necessary to combat the growing wealth gap between the working and billionaire classes. Johnson said that he said this at the massive rally when he was speaking against President Donald J. Trump. Now, the mayor's comments went viral on social media as he contributed to a growing chorus of people calling for a general strike. Johnson clarified in an interview with Block Club that he's calling for a national general strike, not just citywide. The mayor also hasn't laid out an exact plan for a strike, and he doesn't intend to. That responsibility cannot rest in the hands of just one man, he says. Others are willing to pick up that mantle. So Alderman Byron Sicko Lopez, the 25th, said he and other progressives of the 25th district and other progressives fully support the mayor's call for a general strike and are looking into how the city can legally aid in this effort by meeting with local labor leaders and amassing a list of small businesses to support and large corporations to boycott. I'm going to tell you the ones to start boycotting with. The ones you want to start with are all of the ones that supported Trump, that funded his campaign. Those are the ones. Now, there are multiple movements calling for general strikes in various forms, with Johnson and Sicko Lopez throwing their support behind a strike planned for May Day of 2028. Others are looking to organize a general strike next year. Now, the idea has caught on at recent protests against the Trump administration and its local immigration enforcement efforts, including at one Saturday in Little Village, where dozens of attendees held signs calling for a general strike. Local union leaders are split. The Chicago Teachers Union expressed support, while local 63 iron workers representatives said general strikes are complicated for those working in industries like construction and emphasized that workers must be protected. So how feasible would a nationwide general strike be? And what would it look like? Historically, general strikes are large-scale work stoppages that span across all or nearly all industries arising from one incendiary event or the failure of smaller collective bargaining actions. Okay, this is what Mike Matichka, president of the Illinois Labor History Society, said, saying that when they've happened, it's like something so outrageous happens that everybody in the whole city walks out. Now, this is an important distinction that separates a general strike from walkouts or strikes used by a union or a group of workers to apply pressure to one company or industry, he said. Boycotts, on the other hand, those call upon consumers to avoid buying from a specific company or country. The two are often used together, as striking workers may call upon the community to boycott their company as a way of applying more pressure. For example, beginning in 2003, there was a decade-long strike and boycott at Chicago's Congress Hotel as it refused to negotiate a contract with hotel workers. Now, throughout the late 19th and 20th centuries, most American strikes, the strike actions that have been given the general strike moniker, have taken place with a single city or region. Now, those include in 1835, when 20,000 Philadelphian workers across dozens of trades went on strike for a 10-hour workday and higher pay. In 1892, New Orleans dock workers inspired a citywide strike that lasted 3 days and earned laborers increased wages and shorter work days. In 1919, over 100,000 workers across Seattle went on strike to less success than previous strikes. In 1946, women workers in 2 department stores in Oakland, California, led a general strike for wealth equality that led over 100,000 workers to strike for over 2 days. Now, the first time a so-called general strike came to Chicago was the Great Uprising of 1877, when workers across the Northwest or the Northeast and Midwest erupted in protest over falling wages, spreading from railroad workers to coal mines and factories. Now, the movement was not just centrally organized. Independent uprisings sprang up at the time across the country in response to intense economic injustice, as is often the case when general strikes occur. So with that all been said, they list a myriad of more times that they've had it, okay? We get the picture. He's calling for a strike, and what's going to happen? Somebody needs to start encouraging these people to mobilize and organize in groups and do what they got to do, okay? That's what they should do. They're going to have to do something big to really get their attention. All right. So now I'm going to go to what some people are saying about this whole Christmas thing, just canceling Christmas. But first, let's go to Governor Gavin Newsom, because he said America's moving in reverse. And I have to agree. Actually, Gavin Newsom should be the next president. Now, I don't like everything that he says and does, but for the most part, I know he'd make a darn sure better president than Trump. That's for sure. Okay. That's for darn sure. We have got to get those Republicans out of there. Period.
What's going on? I mean, no bullshit. I can't take it. Every single day, every single hour. And it's not even about Dems versus Republicans, it's about this country and what we stand for, man. They're literally putting America in reverse. I mean, quite literally, to a pre-1960s world. You got the Supreme Court talking about getting rid of the Voting Rights Act. And that's very real. Yeah. That may likely happen in just a matter of months. I mean, they're rewriting history, censoring historical facts. It's a unbelievable moment. All this anti-woke stuff is just anti-black. Period, full stop. All the CRT, ESG, DEI stuff, that's all this is. It's this great purge, and it's happening in real time. And I'm sitting here, and I feel like, luckily I'm governor, but like we're not doing enough. Right. We're not calling this out. We're not drawing a line here. And again, it's not about Democrats or Republicans. It's about who we
right and wrong,
man. Yeah, it's right and goddamn wrong. Daylight and darkness.
I feel like anytime you want to make it harder to vote, that means you can't stand and win with your policy. Anytime you want to make it tougher for people to have access to what our rights are, you can't stand on what your policy is.
I can't take what's going on.
All right, so you all heard that. He can't take it and I can't either. Okay, but hold on, because let's see what the South Korean leader had to say. Lee Jae-myung. You all remember when those Korean people came here and I told you that they came here to try to help and train Americans for specific jobs, and then ICE just harassed them? And so now they feel so unwelcome, and clearly they're pressed. Trump's just messing up everything, okay? Like I told you all, he has everybody looking at us with a whole side eye. Like stuff, everyone, please don't forget to like and share and double check to make sure you're still subscribed, especially if you haven't been receiving notifications.
Many in Korea were surprised because our workers who went to the United States to help the U.S. with its manufacturing renaissance received irrational treatment. This has also caused severe trauma for the workers as well, and I've heard that some workers do not want to go back. So, without taking measures to ensure the safety and rational treatment of these workers, there is a high possibility that factory construction in the U.S. may be significantly postponed. These workers are highly trained and talented people, but the experience of being handcuffed and detained in a foreign country is not only traumatic and unbelievable for the workers, but also for their families. Unless we completely resolve this issue, I believe that they will not want to return. Many in Korea
Okay, so this is not gaining Trump any favor. And let me tell you all something too. Okay, so remember how I told you all that Trump was sitting up there talking about he ended 8 wars and all that? Trump is such a damn liar. Don't you know? First of all, when they listed the wars that he ended, I was thinking about it and I said, wait a minute. Egypt and Ethiopia didn't even have a war. They had like a disagreement, some sort of ongoing disagreement. There wasn't even a war for him to stop. Okay? At the end of the day. And the same thing with Albania. And what's the name of that other country? Azerbaijan and Albania. I don't even think they had a war either. Trump just be lying to hear himself lie. Okay? That's what he does. He just can't help it. He's pathological with his BS. Peaceful Living said racism is expensive. Isn't it?
Christmas is canceled this year. No Black Friday, no Cyber Monday, none of them bullshit sales prices that they try to pass on for people. Don't nobody else need no more TVs. We don't need no more TVs. TVs getting cheaper, but food getting higher. That's crazy. I just saw a 60-inch in Walmart for like $250. I'm not bullshitting. I'm telling you, the American people have the opportunity over the next 2.
And he's not lying because I bought somebody one. I bought somebody a 52-inch TV for $238. Like, wait a minute, what? Have you all noticed that? This stuff is cheap, but the food's expensive. Yeah, they're trying to stop us. Let's continue.
Quarters to completely cripple these corporations because this is the holiday season. Ain't nobody buying no turkeys. Ain't nobody buying no Hot Wheels and then them Barbie dream houses. And then come tax season next quarter, ain't nobody buying and splurging on nothing else. And of course, election season is coming up. If they suffer for 2 straight quarters, 2 of the most important quarters of either one of their fiscal years, I'm telling you, man, these corporations going to completely put their money behind the Democrats. They're going to put their money behind all them folks in blue. And if there's one thing I know about the corporate level, they want their money. All right. Their favorite color is green. They don't care nothing about red and blue. They're opportunists. They want that bread. And here's the thing. We can buy all the necessities as long as we don't buy all that extra shit. They're going to suffer hard. Yeah, I think.
So now let me address this. Patricia Pitt says Gavin is full of it too. He saved fish instead of people's homes. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. And guess where that lie came from? Okay. This is why you have to look into stuff. You can't just be listening to what you hear on the internet and believe it. You see, that's a rumor that started circulating online, and it was started and amplified by none other than your fake president, Donald J. Trump. Okay, and his allies. They falsely claimed that Newsom refused to sign a water restoration declaration. Okay, and that he could have released the water to the fire supposedly, but instead he wanted to protect endangered fish called the Delta smelt. He said they made that all up, honey. That's what they said, and I believe it. Because who does that? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, Gavin Newsom is nowhere near as ignorant as Trump. That sounds like something Trump would do, and that's why Trump said it. He was the one amplifying that BS, and I don't believe anything Trump says ever unless I see the proof. Okay? Trump said that. He and his allies made it all up. All right? That's already been debunked, honey. Now, with that all being said, and I think I reported on that before. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about it because here we go. More people saying to cancel Christmas. Here we go.
Y'all gotta get serious. Y'all have got to get serious. This place is not real. America is not real. We don't need to buy shit. I went in a store the other day and everything is up another $1 in the grocery store. I don't know how Doritos is almost $7. I don't know why people are gonna celebrate these pagan holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas and Black Friday. Stop spending your money. These people have absolutely no freaking conscience. There's more middle class people than there is rich. There's more poor people than there is middle class. And the whole plan is to eliminate the middle class and let there be elite, rich, and poor. Okay? So stop spending your money. Save your money. Keep your money in your pocket. Buy the bare necessities. Buy
They already got rid of the middle class. What's she talking about? They been got rid of them. Cut the bullshit. Women said Gavin refused to cut the check as well. We have no friends. Cut my people our reparations immediately. Honey, nobody's giving us reparations. Y'all need to stop. It's a dream. It's never going to happen. Okay, it's never going to read my lips. It's never going to happen. And yes, Gavin Newsom absolutely did play the Californians on that. I told you all that. I said that when they started talking about they had a reparations commission that's going to review it and then let them know. And then the people that were on the commission were black. And they came back and said, oh, no need to give them reparations. I said, you know what? In my opinion, Gavin Newsom is the one who didn't want to do it and just use them as the scapegoats. And them being the raccoons that they are, they went ahead and let him do it. That's what I think. But here's the thing, folks. No matter what, the bottom line is somebody's got to be the president. Okay? So don't like any of these politicians, if we're just being honest. Well, I'm not going to say that. I actually like Mayor Brandon Johnson and Pritzker in Chicago. Okay. But, and the two guys in Tennessee that got kicked out that time, the two Justins, Pearson, and I forget the other one's last name, but nonetheless, okay, and Jasmine Crockett, Little Miss Crockett. I know some of y'all don't like her, but I do. But with that all being said, I don't like most politicians, but the bottom line is somebody's going to be the president, like it or not. And whoever's in office, there's going to be things we like and hate about them, period, no matter who it is. So take your pick. You want Trump and his regime to stay in there, okay? What did he call them? A unified Reich? Or do you want somebody different? Okay, stop complaining. We're already complaining about Trump. Now, when I suggest somebody else, you want to complain about them too? Well, how about this? Whoever is complaining, go run for president yourself. Because the bottom line is somebody's going to be in the White House, period. Now, it could be Trump or it could be somebody else. I'm praying that it's not Trump. Anybody is better than Trump. Please pay attention, okay? This country's in peril at the end of the day.
Tell me that after the year you've been having in 2025, y'all are actually putting up Christmas trees right now and worrying about what y'all buying for Christmas. I'm so freaking annoyed with y'all, and I'm judging. At this point, I'm judging. Bring back shame, okay? We need to just say what it is. And what it is y'all are so addicted to consumption. So many of you, not all of you, but too many of you are so addicted to consumption that you would rather feed the monster that is literally crushing your bones, trying to leave you literally impoverished. You'd rather allow that to continue by continuing to feed the monster with your money, by purchasing things, by shopping, by spending in excess and living beyond your means, than, I don't know, actually using your dollar in protest, by actually finding ways that while they may be more inconvenient, because God knows we are also addicted to convenience, they may be more inconvenient, but you'd rather just not starve the rich. Everybody online talking about eat the rich. No, fucking starve the rich, okay? Starve them. Stop giving them your damn.
She's right. I have to agree. Okay, I have to agree. Now, Christopher said a large bag of Doritos is a gourmet meal nowadays. They cost the same price now. Okay, let me tell you something, honey. Everything is ridiculous. I went to get my favorite trail mix, and it usually costs around like $6. Now it's over $8. I'm like, wait a minute. This is all nefarious. Okay. Reggie said, make your own potato chips. You're going to have to. Okay. You're going to have to, beloved. Being Forever 2009 said Gavin Newsom will not be president. Mayor of Chicago will be a big one-term mayor. Okay, honey, you must like the Republicans. All right, that's your opinion. Now, with that all being said, let's continue. Because Christmas is definitely going to be gone. Okay? Y'all can't afford Christmas anyway. Here's the thing. Are y'all really canceling Christmas, or is Christmas canceling y'all? Because from the sounds of it, y'all can't afford Christmas anyway. All right? Please pay attention. Sounds like y'all artists can't afford Christmas anyway. But I know y'all going to try it, some of you. Y'all need to sit down somewhere and take that money and try to buy you some groceries, because trust me, you'll need them.
This year. We're not celebrating Christmas this year. I need you. Your job is to tell your aunties and your uncles and your grandparents, tell them I don't need nothing. The kids don't need nothing. We don't need shit. We got TVs in our house. We got phones in our hands. We got laptops. We got computers. We don't need no more jewelry. We don't need no gifts. We don't need no more clothes. The overconsumption has already gone too far anyway. We don't need it. We not celebrating Christmas this year. Tell your motherfucking kids right now, look, this is for your greater good. This is for the sake of your future. This is so your vote matters. So you won't get gerrymandered. This is for your rights, for women's rights, for you to be able to be yourself, so that you'll be able to afford a house, so you can invest, so the economy doesn't tank. We are not celebrating Christmas. Every corporation needs to feel this.
I'm cutting these videos off because these people are so mad. They're doing like 10-minute videos. Okay, that's why I cut them off before they even finish, because some of these videos are long as people are upset, and as they should be. Okay? A general strike definitely needs to happen.
It's going into the third quarter, making corporations uber rich. After the year we've had, we could literally cripple this fucking country and bring it to its knees by canceling Thanksgiving and Christmas. Easily. They've been planning and projecting for this income since last year, previous years. They do these reports years out. They've been planning and plotting for you the same way that we sit around and be like, oh, I can't wait till I get my taxes in February, March. That's what they be saying. This is their taxes. And they be like, I can't wait for Christmas. We might slow down in the summertime, but Christmas, everybody's gonna let their fucking ego, their sense of competition, their consumerism overtake them. Everybody gonna be so fucking short-sighted and ready to just spend some motherfucking money. I don't give a...
She's dropping a whole lot of F-bombs. Is it that serious? Let's continue.
Could all be over within 2 weeks. We could have Donald Trump gone, everything they've done reversed. Hell, we could have a national health care system and free public college. We could have socialism if we wanted it. We would just have to stop going to work. We need a general strike, not a little block party on Saturday, a general strike where we say we're not going back to work until we get what we want. And it wouldn't even take everyone. It would take like 5% of us. And people go, oh, well, they'll just fire us. I need my job. They can't fire everyone. If everyone did it, they can't fire us. They'd have to play by our rules. We could get anything we want. You should still go to No Kings. You should. It's important. But it's...
All right. Just a couple of more. And then we're going to get into some things.
So we're all in agreement to boycott Black Friday and Christmas, right, guys? Like, America's broke. Like, we just got done paying for a genocide. Like, we don't have money for extra shit. Like, they know that, right? So just spend time with your friends and family, nature, or give money to your friends. Like, fuck the corporations. Fuck them.
Did you say give money to your friends? That's a good idea. All right, here we go.
In response to the government shutdown of 2025 and the cancellation of November's SNAP benefits, my wallet is closed. I am not going to be supporting this. My holiday season is booked up with doing nothing. I can't afford to give you any money. The premium costs of insurance are going up 16%, so I'm not going to be spending money unless it's a life-threatening and emergency. For all my friends that are expecting Christmas gifts, don't. I'm not giving you anything. You guys can go buy your own shit. I love you. That should be sufficient enough for you. As for Democrats, fuck you for just fundraising and never standing up and doing anything. And as for you Republicans, fuck you for taking advantage of it. I just have a question. Can we get a motion for discovery on all of our Republican and Democratic senators and House of Representatives? Because I want to know if they have insurance stocks for healthcare. And if so, then this raising the price of healthcare is like considered insider trading. Anyways, that's my fucking take on all this.
Everybody's using such vulgar and foul language. Honey, you know people are upset. Shoshana said that sounds like a bad idea. So you think that the general strike sounds like a bad idea, beloved? How about starving? How does that sound for you? Does that sound any better, beloved? Because I think they absolutely need to do a general strike. Now, it's not going to last forever. They just need to do it for a few days. And that'll be enough to cause havoc on these corporations. I promise you. I think they should absolutely do it. Okay? Please pay attention. But that's just my opinion, and you're welcome to yours. Could be a bad idea, but it sounds like a good one to me.
Have to cancel Christmas. You do not have to cancel Thanksgiving. You don't have to cancel Kwanzaa, Halloween, or New. Just do things outside of these corporate interests. Don't line the pockets of white men while you do them. There are black farmers who will sell you beef, pork, and chickens. Okay? There are black stores where you can go buy yarn and fabric and make beautiful things for the people you love. And some things are a lot easier to make. Some gifts are a lot easier to make than you think. Last year, I made my children both merino wool blankets by hand. They love them. They are gorgeous. There's someone you know who bakes cakes and pies. Give them that money instead of getting a cake from Costco or Publix or wherever you get your cakes from. Almost everyone I know has started a vegetable garden this year who did not have gardens last year. Even my grandmother, who's focused on trees and flowers her entire life, started growing veggies this year. Her collard greens are growing so fast, we might be able to use them.
Grandmama live at, girl, so I can get some of those collard greens, honey. Don't play. Okay, now this lady, that was a good idea, what she was saying, but also this lady here had a good idea too. Okay, she had a good idea too. First, I was about to go in on her. I'm like, girl, what are you talking about?
Cancel Christmas. Baby, because me and my kids, my family, will still be celebrating our Lord and Savior. What y'all need to be talking about is canceling consumerism. Stop buying things at these big box brand stores, Target, Walmart, whatever. Y'all better start going to thrift stores, mom and pop shops, all these small companies. That's where you need to be getting your stuff if you're really going to be giving Christmas presents this year. On top of that, Christmas is not about giving gifts. There are so many other ways that you can celebrate the holiday season without doing gift giving. So no, I will not be buying at big box brand stores, but I definitely will be celebrating my Jesus this year. Y'all talking about cancel Christmas. Baby, because me and my kids.
Okay, y'all heard that. Who's gonna tell her? Now, what she said was a good idea, about stop spending all your money. You can do things that are cheap or whatever. But who's gonna tell her? Who is going to be the one to tell her? She said she's not canceling because Jesus, she's going to be celebrating her Lord and Savior. But who's going to tell her? Christmas, December the 25th, that is not Jesus' day of birth. Okay, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. And how many of y'all still believe that? Yikes. Okay, how many of you still believe that? I have questions. So anyway, here's the thing. People should absolutely boycott. People should cancel Christmas. People should go on a strike. There should absolutely be a general strike, in my opinion. And specifically, it should be for those companies, as I said, that basically have supported Trump. Okay? And a lot of those companies are candy makers. Candy makers face pressure for lobbying the Trump administration. So anyway, with that all being said, there's a bunch of these candy owners. Now, this was from his first term, but nonetheless, listen to this. It's funny because, for years, the sugar growers people have referred to them with disdain as big sugar. But now the sugar growers are turning around and pointing to the candy makers, and they're saying, look at what Big Candy is doing. Big Candy will stop at nothing to get favorable action from the Trump administration. And it's interesting to look at how many different issues, different arms of the Trump administration could possibly affect when it comes to candy makers. So you talk about the FDA, you talk about the SNAP program, formerly known as the food stamp program. There have been certain regulations in different states that restrict the ability to use SNAP funds to actually purchase candy. And so there are potentially a number of different arms of the administration that can affect the bottom line for candy makers. That's what they say. So the candy makers were kissing Trump's arse. Well, you know how that turned out for them? Now, that was in 2017 when they were saying all that, but here's what happened. CandyWarehouse.com filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy just before Halloween. I guess Trump didn't do anything for him after all. Okay. Citing debt and changing consumer habits. The online candy retailer serving businesses and individuals since 1998 will seek to reorganize its operations under court supervision. A hearing on operating expenses is set for October the 29th. Isn't that sad? Since 1998, and today this was posted. So, they were doing all that kissing of Trump's run. Clearly for no reason. Clearly for no reason. I'm not laughing at them. I'm actually laughing at the irony of it all. Okay? That's what I'm doing. I'm laughing at the irony of it all. Because does anyone think that makes a bit of sense? And here's the thing, the main ones who need to stop doing all this foolishness during the holidays and just stop participating in it altogether are Black people. Black people are the main consumers, the main ones out here buying all of this high-priced name brand stuff. I've told you all 1,000 times at least how you're helping these people to build generational wealth for themselves, how you're helping to send their children to college and they can't afford to send your own. And then you don't even have anything left for a rainy day. And specifically, I'm talking to the people that are out here getting SNAP benefits and live on Section 8. They'll take their money, and I'm not talking about the ones that actually need it. I'm talking about the ones that get these benefits under fraudulent circumstances, where, like that lady said on her video, that she lied, went down there and told all those lies and said that she was homeless, didn't even have an address, was sleeping on couches and all of that. All right? To get these food stamps in Section 8, then taking the extra money that she saved from her fraudulent activities and going out here buying name brand clothing and fancy cars, like the white lady who said she had 13 years of Section 8 and food stamps, 6 kids, but driving in a Range Rover. How are you riding in a Range Rover, ma'am, when you get food stamps and live on Section 8? Make it all make sense. Make it all make sense. This is all crazy to me. And this is the same person talking about she doesn't know how she's going to come up with $1,100 days before she turned up with that Range Rover. Do y'all remember that? These people are so twisted in their thinking and their ideology, like it doesn't make any sense at all to me. Why would you ever do it? And like I said, Black people are the main ones. Okay, Black people and our spending. Hold on. Black people have so much to learn, because many of our people just don't have financial literacy. Just don't seem to have it. Just don't. I need to turn this heat off. I'm about to pass out of here. Hold on, beloveds. I'm gonna play let you all listen to this jazz tune. Well, I'm gonna cut this heat down because y'all don't want me to pass out, do you? Well, I know some of you probably do.
Lights shining down in the moonlight, girl, can't help but feel this connection flow with every move. Go along the floor where you smile. Makes me want more. Heartbeat and sing at the sound of soul. Tonight we dance, just lose control. I can't resist the way you move. It's no bliss. Your power is crazy. The stars above, this night is ours. Wrapped in our love, the band is playing. Our melody sweet, can't help but feel.
Okay, I'm back. Now, with that all being said, as I was saying, Black people globally form the most powerful economic bloc on earth. Okay, this is documented. They say our documented spending power exceeds 3 to 4 trillion USD dollars per year, ranking us among the world's top economies, behind only the United States and China, and comparable to Germany, Japan, and India. But that's only the beginning. When we account not only for our consumer spending, but for the true value of Africa's natural wealth, coltan, cobalt, gold, diamonds, oil, so on and so forth. Okay, Black people are the main ones out here just spending cash like it's crazy, but yet we don't have any wealth. And why is that? We probably have one, if not less than 1% of the wealth in the United States, but spend up all this money, trillions of dollars. And this is what I'm talking about, because I've been telling you all this for years. I've literally been telling you all this for years. Patricia says they love debt. Well, I think that some Black people do. What I think is Black people, many of our people, feel like they have to keep up with the Joneses, feel like they need to be, they need to impress other people. Okay, that's what I think the problem is. They want to keep up with everybody else, what everybody else is doing. They live on beer budgets, but yet have champagne taste. Okay, and that's why when these government shutdowns and things of this nature occur, then you find yourself in a kerfuffle because you didn't plan. And guess what? When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I know you've heard that before, right? So anyway, we just are going to have to do better because y'all sitting up here getting mad at me because I was just saying the other day that our people who are able-bodied and have jobs and are, able to go out and do things should not be reliant upon the government. And then some of y'all got mad at me. What the hell are you mad for? You should be agreeing. Unless you're just somebody who doesn't want to do for yourself. You want to hand out all your life. You want to pass down food stamps and Section 8 to the next generation, to your kids. You want to be like that lady in the video who told her son, oh, you're not getting a job because you're going to get Section 8. You're going to mess up my Section 8 and my link card. I don't even know what a link card is, honestly. But the bottom line is, if you're receiving these benefits and that's what you choose to do with your life, that's fine. Go ahead and do it to the best of your ability. But don't put that poverty mentality, that lack mindset. Okay, don't instill that in your children because they deserve better. You should never want your children to be doing the same thing you were doing, especially if you're someone who was struggling and had a hard time. Now, if you're Deion Sanders, you want your kids to do what you're doing. Okay, somebody like that. But just saying, if you know you had a struggle life and you never really got your stuff together and you never really built anything, you don't have a legacy to leave behind, don't teach your children to be the same thing you are. Teach them to be better than you. Teach them to go out and work hard and try to make something of themselves and to use the talents that God gave them, because God gave all of us talents. Some of y'all just let yours go to waste, sadly. Okay? And some of y'all, quite frankly, got mad about what I said because I was stepping on your toes. Because some of you just are fine with sitting around at home, lounging all day, every day, eating snacks and good food that you spend a lot of money on as well, and just watching Netflix and scrolling around on the internet. And you don't want to stop those behaviors. And that's fine. You can sit there and continue to engage in those same behaviors as the United States crumbles around you. Okay? And then tell me how that pans out. Let me know how it works, okay? Now, with that all being said, I'm going to get into the last segment, and then I'm out of here. Okay? I'm out of here. Ooh, no. I'm sorry. Almost forgot to tell y'all about Kash Patel. Let's get into it, honey. Okay? Because he didn't learn from Viva Swamney when he went to that Charlie Kirk town hall, and those people let him have it. Did Kash Patel not see that? Obviously, he did. And here's why. Because now he got his wake-up call. Let me tell you about it. So he posted celebrating his little holiday, Diwali. He says, Happy Diwali, celebrating the festival of lights around the world as good triumphs over evil. When he's on the side of evil. Make that make sense. But then Joel Webbin, that's that racist pastor, isn't it? The one who talks so disparagingly about black folk. Clearly racist, but he thinks he's a whole Christian. I want you all to pay attention, because are these the type of Christians you compare yourselves to? Black folk? I have questions. But anyway, he told Kash Patel, go back home and worship your sand demons. Get out of my country. Ooh, honey, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? He said, go back home and worship your sand demons, honey. No, he did. No, he did. Get out of my country. Sir, this isn't your country. You're an immigrant just like many other people. Denise said his racist blood won't get into heaven. Honey, he sure won't. If there is one, he won't be in there. But, I guess he thinks that it'll be all fine. But so anyway, honey, that wasn't the end of it. There were many people who went in on Kash Patel. I mean, his timeline was full of hateful comments because he simply said something about his little holiday. Somebody said, Heritage Americans don't want demon worship in our country. Christ is king. Someone else said, I've seen that one. Is that the festival where they all shit in the street? Low down. And then they have this. Is this supposed to be Krishna laid out? Okay, like they just got beat up, honey. I guess by Jesus, because there's a cross. I'm not sure what they were meaning by that, but clearly they didn't mean anything good. So, I just find it interesting because Kash Patel, he wants to be team white supremacy so bad. He wants to sit there and just, be racist. That's what's interesting to me. Does he not know that they might call us the N-word, but they call them the N-word too? Only difference is they call them sand N-words, just like they told him to go back to his sand demons. See how they slid that in? Because that was so unnecessary. But nonetheless, this is how it goes. Okay? I find it all so interesting and clearly nefarious. Now, with that being said, let's get into our segment of one moment in crime. Because this story right here was just weird to me, and it sadly isn't much information. But I just thought it was very interesting that this woman who graduated with honors, 21, I think she's only 21 years old. Hold on, beloveds. Hold on. Here it is. Now, she turned herself in because she was accused of a triple homicide days after she graduated with honors. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? How does this even happen? So listen to it. Macon woman wanted on 3 counts of murder after shooting, according to officials. Now, this woman's name is Rekeymia Henley. And so she was wanted in connection with 3 people turning up dead. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office on Thursday identified a person of interest in a shooting that left 3 people dead, including a 16-year-old. Rekeymia Shatayla Henley, 21-year-old Macon resident, is wanted on 3 counts of felony murder and evidence destruction. Now, the shooting, which happened Saturday in the 500 block of William Street East, resulted in the deaths of Markel Bonner Jr., age 16, Brandon Devonta Thomas, 21, and Quatarius DeMonte Townsend, age 27. And this is according to Bibb County Coroner Leon Jones. Thomas and Townsend were brothers, according to the coroner. Now, Bonner and Thomas were found dead at the scene, while Thompson died later at the local hospital. They say that Jones said a rifle, a handgun, and dozens of shell casings were found at the scene of the shooting. Henley is 5'6", weighs about 135 pounds, and the sheriff's office said in a news release Thursday she has black hair and brown eyes. She also has braces and has tattoos on her right arm and leg. Investigators urge anyone with information on Henley's whereabouts to call the Bibb County Sheriff's Office. Well, no need for that because she's now turned herself in. And I have a whole lot of questions because you know what this sounds like to me? Somebody put it in the chat what this sounds like to you. What you all think this sounds like? And then I'm going to tell you what I think it sounds like. Now, I'm going to go to this news report because they say the woman turns herself in connection to a triple homicide in East Macon, according to the sheriff's office. And there's not much on this story, just so you know. Just not a lot of info, period. So, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to share my screen. Getting rid of people who will talk, says Roddy. Well, you know what it sounds like to me at first glance, or just the first listen? It sounds to me like some kind of rug deal gone wrong, or a setup of some sort. I'm willing to bet that there was a man involved in it with her if she did it. If she actually was involved, I believe that a man was likely, and not just to blame it on men, but all those guns they found on the scene makes me think that there was going to be a shootout of some sort. Okay, maybe there was, but likely she shot them first because they're all dead and she's not. So it just sounds like something went wrong, like she went there for a meeting or something didn't go right, and she just took them all out, or whoever was with her. I don't know. It sounds crazy.
This just in.
Okay, so anyway, with that all been said.
To the 13 WMAZ newsroom, the woman wanted in connection to a triple homicide is now in custody. According to the Bibb County Sheriff's Office, 21-year-old Rekeymia Henley turned herself into deputies just before 9 tonight. Henley is accused of shooting and killing 3 men on William Street on October 18th. This is video from that shooting. Henley is charged with 3 counts of murder, along with other charges. She's being held without bond at the Bibb County Jail.
Now, like I told you all, the thing that's the most shocking about all of this is somebody who's educated. She literally graduated. Okay, she graduated just days before all of this. And so it really, I'm just like shocked that someone would just throw away their life, you know? I find it all interesting, to say the least. Hold on, I'm trying to see. There's not a lot of information, period. Here's a bit more information. Let me see what they're talking about. So they say Henley is accused of shooting and killing Quantarius DeMonte Townsend, and they named the rest of the people. They say BSO said the circumstances surrounding the murders are still under investigation. And Henley was charged with 3 counts of murder, 1 count of aggravated assault, and 1 count of tampering with evidence. Yeah, they don't have anything about this story, honey. I don't know what's going on. I need to dig deep. Bibb County Law Enforcement Center on Tuesday afternoon. They said the media was there for Henley's first court appearance, where she was denied bonds. An incident report from the Bibb County Sheriff's Office obtained by WGXA reveals more details surrounding the aftermath of the shooting that occurred on October the 18th. A Bibb County deputy wrote that he spoke with officers after responding to Piedmont Hospital on Hospital Drive in Macon for a call about a person shot. They told him that a Black woman and a Black man, both wearing ski masks, pulled up to the hospital's emergency room entrance, and the man was suffering from a gunshot wound. The report said hospital staff immediately responded and removed the man, later identified as Quantarius Townsend. They removed him from the car and onto a stretcher. The deputy also noted in the report that the officers noticed 2 guns inside the car, a Black AR-style rifle and a Black AK-style rifle. I'm telling y'all, it was something nefarious going on. It sounds like it was like a shootout was about to happen. She got them first, I guess, but had to be somebody with her, because you mean she shot all 3 of these people and didn't get nothing done to her? Now, while hospital staff were tending to Townsend, who was in critical condition, the deputy wrote that the woman who brought him into the hospital said, "I gotta go tell his mother," before driving away. The incident report did not identify the woman. I wonder if that was her. She said, "I gotta go tell his mother." Interesting. Interesting. It would seem to me that that would be somebody that was on the scene. I don't know. What do y'all think? I have so many questions. I have so many questions. Ryder said, "Moving that weight, I guarantee you." Yeah. And you know what's the funny thing? The funny thing is, this is synchronicity, in my opinion, because just last night, I was watching Irv Gotti's Tales. Do y'all remember that show? It ended in 2022, but I was watching it right last night. And the episode I was watching was about this young chick, and her and Lisa Wu played in it. And they were like some thugs. They were out here killing men, robbing, doing all kinds of stuff, and going to jail and whatnot. And it was pretty much like the story we just listened to. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, Roddy said, "Who is her boyfriend?" Is all I need to know. That's what I'm telling you. I bet you it's some man involved, honey. She didn't just do this on her own. There's some man behind it. Definitely, I believe. And it had something to do with Ruggs, like I told you all. I definitely think that. Okay, something went wrong. Rachel said she's leading a double life. Okay. Denise said she got there before they got her. Yeah, that's about the sounds of it. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Hold on, let me just check something real quick. Yeah, I can't find any information on this thing. I just want to know all the salacious details of this story, but I'll keep digging. Okay, so Marjorie said, "I think they tried to rob somebody and didn't expect getting pew-pewed, or they did a date thing." My thing is, if you're someone who just graduated college with honors, why the hell would you be dealing with a thug if you in fact were dealing with a thug? But why would you furthermore be engaging in thug-like behavior and be at a scene where something like this happened? So that's the part that is just crazy to me. It's not that she just went to college. She graduated with honors, which means that she's actually smart. Maybe she doesn't have any common sense. However, okay, so anyway, I'm out of here. I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoyed the broadcast. And I will see you all in the morning with your morning wake-up call. Until then, beloveds, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got